This is Southern Cross News with Joe Palmer.
Good evening, everyone. An Ashleigh youth detention worker accused of assaulting 2 teenagers at the facility last year has fronted court. Sean David Bartlett's hearing started this morning with a youth witness telling the magistrate the accused was just doing his job.
Sean Bartlett walking out with his colleagues after fronting the Launceston Magistrates Court. Police prosecutors allege the 44-year-old Mole Creek man failed to follow guidelines and used unreasonable force on 2 youths at the Deloraine facility last July. It followed an incident the previous night when inmates smashed windows and armed themselves with shards of glass. The court today heard the assaults Mr Bartlett is accused of occurred when the situation began to escalate again, and it was requested the youths be taken into isolation. Detainees from Ashleigh were brought in to give evidence. The first, an alleged victim, refused and was taken away. The second, a 17-year-old witness, told the magistrate he and 2 others were carrying on, swearing at staff and saying, "You can't put us in our rooms." They used reasonable force, as they have a right to do, and there was no way we were going to our rooms on our own free will, he said. "We were acting like gooses." Prosecutors applied for that witness to be declared unfavourable, as they say he'd previously made a different statement. The court was also shown CCTV of the 2 alleged assaults. In one, Mr Bartlett scruffed a youth off a table. They struggled across the room before both went out of view of cameras. That alleged victim told the court he had been trying to pick glass off the smashed windows before the altercation. "It was just me being stupid. I lost it like I usually do," he said. Other Ashleigh workers gave evidence. One said she had concerns for staff safety. Another said staff had tried for more than an hour to verbally de-escalate the situation. Prosecutors say at the end of the hearing, the ultimate question will be, was the force Mr Bartlett used necessary? That answer will be for the magistrate to decide. The hearing continues tomorrow. Monica Dadson at Southern Cross News.
The state opposition is calling for the Human Services Minister to answer to serious allegations made by child protection workers. Labor MP Josh Willey says frontline staff are risking their jobs to speak out against Minister Jackie Petrusma and the department.
There's been political interference, that they've been directed not to record sensitive information, which is all about protecting the minister. The minister needs to come out today and answer these questions directly to the media.
We reject the assertion that there is political interference. That has been categorically repudiated by the head of the department. He has asserted very strongly that, of course, the most important issue here is the welfare of children.
The state government says it's committed 12 new frontline staff under a child protection system rebuild. A Hobart man has today been sentenced to 3 years in jail for having sexually explicit conversations with young girls in internet chat rooms. 33-year-old Duncan Francis Cook pleaded guilty to 28 charges that involved girls as young as 12. The court heard Mr Cook instructed a pre-teen girl how to pose sexually and take photos of herself to send to him. Justice Shan Tennant told the court Mr Cook deliberately targeted young females on a regular basis and often asked for their age, saying he could have no illusion with who he was dealing with. Mr Cook was caught when he sent an explicit picture to a police officer monitoring the chat room. He will be eligible for release after 22 months. Tasmania will soon be the most connected state in the country, with the rollout of the national broadband network almost complete. But the technology sector says it's now about education, as we lag behind the rest of Australia on digital literacy.
The NBN rollout in Tasmania hasn't been an easy one, but with 95% now complete, we're set to be more connected than ever.
Hobart has become the first capital city of a state to be 100% ready for service on the NBN.
Being the first state, it stood to reason that there would be teething issues.
The Northwest is the last piece of the puzzle, with a full service due next year. Some businesses are seeing the benefits, Bitable expanding with the help of fast internet, crucial for the video making service.
There was 3 of us literally working out of my house originally. Now we're servicing nearly 2 million users globally.
But not everyone's convinced the NBN is faster than the previous provider.
No, comparable I think, yeah.
Quite honest, I think that the ADSL2 was about the same speed.
It's a bit faster, a game, so that's good.
NBN Co says that could be due to equipment or the retailer.
If you have a retailer that has lots of customers, then it is possible that your speed will slow down.
Tasmania's technology sector says it's about education. Our state recently ranked last in the country on digital literacy.
We've got a general population that is underperforming in comparison to the rest of the nation, but yet we're going to have a tool that will help us connect and help our businesses expand.
An opportunity the state government could capitalise on.
We've got to look at TAFE, UTAS and schools. We as a state should be bringing coding and technology and innovation into study from kinder onwards.
Jacqueline Robson, Southern Cross News.
A motorcyclist is fighting for life in the Royal Hobart Hospital tonight after a serious collision with a car at Colebrook. Police were called to the scene at Spring Hill Bottom Road around midday, with the man suffering multiple injuries. While an 88-year-old man was also hospitalised after a single vehicle crash on the Southern Outlet near the Davey Street intersection. Police believe a medical condition was to blame and he was listed as a critical but stable condition. Work on Launceston's Civic Square revamp is officially underway, with the first sod turned today to mark the beginning of construction. The multi-million-dollar project will create a social hub for the community and visitors alike.
What we're going to see in Civic Square is a place for people to have events, a place for people to socialise, where there'll be tables, umbrellas, new lighting, and a place for young people to be able to have a play area as well.
The upgrade is stage 2 of the Launceston City Heart project, which aims to revitalise the CBD. The redevelopment is expected to be completed by 2018. Mole Creek residents can now drink water straight from their taps. Taswater officially lifting the town's boil water alert this morning. The Mole Creek Progress Association believes the change will increase the value of properties and amenities in the area. Taswater plans to take 24 towns off boil water alerts by August next year. Tasmanians are being asked to jump on their bikes in the name of medical research for the upcoming Royal Hobart Hospital Research Foundation's Cycle 24 event.
About getting a team together or doing it solo if you want, and we'll have 20 people or 25 people all on bikes in the gym spinning away for 24 hours.
Held on August 12 and 13 at St Michael's Collegiate School Gymnasium in Hobart, teams can register through gofundraise.com. Our very own sports reporter Tom Cooper gave it a go today, but judging by this effort, 5 weeks to prepare may not be enough time. Drone footage has captured some incredible pictures of 2 whales breaching off the coast of Bridport. Nick Betts Media filmed the southern right whales, who were splashing around for hours in the clear waters just near Adams Beach. It's believed the huge mammals are about 10 metres in length and are on their way to warmer temperatures. Tasmania Parks and Wildlife is reminding people to follow national guidelines when filming whales and dolphins. They'd only just landed in Hobart, but the Hong Kong Children's Choir were already warming up their vocal cords this afternoon, just in time for their performance at the Festival of Voices. The 50-strong choir, aged from 12 to 16, treating passengers to a sneak peek of what's to come, even after 14 hours of travelling.
We actually have prepared different kinds of repertoire, from Western to Chinese, and also from Hong Kong, of course. Also ranged from Renaissance to contemporary.
All clapping, and that makes us feel really good, because with that, our music has really touched their hearts and made them feel something.
The choir will perform at TMAG tomorrow and Mona on Wednesday. A Tasmanian author is offering sitting members of Parliament some light reading for the winter break. James Boyce is penning personalised messages in his book Losing Streak, which focuses on the federal group's gaming monopoly. It's as the controversial deed enters its final years.
This is the test for Rebecca White. If it really is a new beginning for the Labor Party, if it's not just a fresh face, if it's actually fresh policies and, you know, a restoration of integrity and a restoration of democracy, this is the test, this is the issue.
The deed expires on the 1st of July next year. There's a rolling term, but that is the point at which the Treasurer of the day could send a very strong message to the Farrell family that the party's over. So it will be in the next term of Parliament that we have some critical decisions made.
Both major parties are awaiting the outcome of a parliamentary inquiry into the gaming industry before outlining party policy. Federal Group says it's proud of its record of gaming management in Tasmania. Now let's take a look at the day's business and finance news with thanks to Tasplan, your local super fund. The Australian share market has closed higher, with the financials leading widespread gains across almost all sectors. The ASX 200 index has risen by 20.8 points. A short time ago, the Australian dollar was trading at 76.04 US cents and 104.54 New Zealand cents.
And the votes are in for the RACT Insurance Player of the Year in the TSL after round 14, with Ashleigh's efforts earning him the 3 votes after North Launceston's 19-point win over Devonport yesterday. Nat Franklin was judged best on ground following Lauderdale's demolition of the Hobart City Demons. Clarence veteran Ian Callanan took the votes against Launceston, and Glenorchy's Jay Bowden was voted best of field for the Pies' big win over the Burnie Dockers. To the leaderboard now, and Bowden is in the lead with 15 votes, 3 votes clear of North Launceston's Tom Couch, while Launceston's Rulla Kelly Mansell and teammate Brodie Palferman remain tied in 3rd spot with 10 votes. Well, still on the TSL, and Lauderdale captain Bryce Walsh has labelled the current Bombers playing group as the most exciting he's seen during his time at the club. While Devonport coach Mitch Thorpe says his side's narrow loss to heavy favourites North Launceston was a big step forward in the young club's future.
Walsh has seen the Bombers come close, but not close enough, a few times now, and says if there's a Lauderdale side that can finally close the gap, this is the one.
Yeah, I think having this quite a young group and very motivated, they want to continue to do the work outside the set training times as well. So, yeah, that's holding us in good stead.
Fresh from the weekend's 89-point thrashing of the D's, the Bombers appear to be peaking at the right time. Tonight, the club will learn Jordan Roberts' fate as they appeal his 6-match suspension for rough conduct at the TSL Tribunal.
The club and the advocate have a case that they're going to put forth. Hopefully it's a good result for us.
Devonport coach Mitch Thorpe was again full of praise for his young side after the Pies took it to premiership contenders North Launceston in yesterday's 19-point loss.
Yeah, I think the biggest positive for me is to see our 17 and 18-year-olds being able to compete with Brad Cox-Goodyear, Mark Walsh, Tom Couch, those types of players who are top-end players in this state.
To soccer, and South Hobart have moved 4 points clear at the top of the NPL table following this spectacular sealer in the dying seconds of yesterday's match against Olympia. Coach Ken Morton has only seen it done once before, decades ago.
I actually hit one myself, truthfully, this, at Oldham Athletic. It hit the underside of the crossbar and bounced down from the centre circle, and the referee disallowed the goal because the shrill of the whistle finished before the ball hit the ground.
Aside from your own heroics.
No.
Aussie Richie Porte's Tour de France has been ruined by a sickening crash, which left him with a fractured pelvis and collarbone. The Tasmanian was making his way down a dangerous descent on stage 9 when he lost control at over 70 kilometres an hour.
Crash! And Port is down. Richie Porte is on the deck. That's a horrible crash for Richie Porte.
And it's the end of his Tour de France.
The 32-year-old was rushed to hospital in a stable condition. The crash has been described as one of the worst in the race's history.
Just seen the images of Richie Porte's crash, and that just leaves you with a horrible feeling. I really hope he's all right and can make a speedy recovery. Chris
Froome remains in the leader's yellow jersey. Luke Jackson's team has announced an ambitious plan to bring a WBO world title fight to Tasmania as soon as next year. But to make it a reality, Jackson will have to get through his next opponent in September when boxing returns to Hobart City Hall.
Daring to dream big, Jackson's corner are confident they can entice current WBO world featherweight champion Oscar Valdez to the Apple Isle.
We've had talks to his team already with the potential to maybe stage a world title fight here next year, but...
Oh, look, they know that we want the fight, and they know... I mean, I'm friends with Valdez. I went to Olympic Games with Valdez.
There's a few hurdles to jump before it can become a reality, a major one being money.
300k.
300k. They said
pocket
so
money.
That's just for his purse. So the show would have to be at least 500,000, I reckon. So we need good support from the government.
I've never left this state. I never will. I'm a Tassie boy through and through. So they should come and support me. The government need to get behind me.
Jackson will also have to keep winning, starting on September 16 when boxing returns to Hobart City Hall.
We've got a very tough opponent for Luke from Mexico, Humberto de Santiago. Record of 14 wins, 3 losses, but 10 by knockout. He's a devastating puncher.
With his WBO Oriental featherweight title on the line, Jackson leaves for the US on Wednesday for a 2-week camp with trainer Billy Hussein. And following an easy win over little-known African Mohamed Kambruta at City Hall in March, the featherweight is standing by claims his first loss will be his last professional fight.
Look, if I lose this next fight, it's over. How's the world title going to come? No chance at all. I need not possible. I need to win this fight, and I need to win it well, and then we'll fight for the world title.
Also on the September card, a cruiserweight state title fight between Johnny Brown and Jaden Plugger Joseph, where fight fans will be hoping to see more of Joseph's devastating knockout power.
Tasmanian rower Sarah Hoare is returning home with gold after her crew took out the final at the Women's 4 at the World Rowing Cup 3 in Switzerland. Hoare and her team led from the halfway point, beating out Russia and Canada. It's the team's second World Cup gold this season and follows fellow Tasmanian Georgia Nesbitt's gold medal effort in the lightweight quadruple scull the day before.
Good evening. Hobart 11 degrees today. Launceston, Burnie and Devonport reached 14, while 15 was our high at St Helens after ooze dropped to -4 overnight. A cool west to southwesterly airstream over us today with a few showers over the west-south and through Bass Strait. Maydeen at 6 mils, the highest fall to 3 o'clock. Wynyard, Friendly Beaches and King Island all 14, Low Head and Flinders Island 13, Campania, Grove along with ooze and Strawn on 12 degrees. There is low cloud over our area and southern parts of the mainland as well as off the Western Australian coast. A combination of troughs causing cloud over central Australia, western New South Wales and Queensland. The remainder of the country mostly cloud-free. There's the close-up with clouds streaming over most of the state today, the low cloud over the west and south. Tomorrow, the high over Victoria should extend a ridge over Tasmania and most of the nation. A low develops near Western Australia. The southwesterly winds at 10 to 15 knots will turn more northwesterly later over the west coast at similar speeds, swells at 3 metres in the west and south. A road weather alert for all of the state, warning of ice on roads and the possibility of snow on elevated roads above 800 metres. And for tomorrow, a mostly sunny day for Hobart, 11 after a cool start, 11 the top for Adventure Bay, 7 the high for Tarraleah after a morning frost. Launceston, a morning frost, bit of fog as well, -2, 11 the top, 12 the high for Devonport, a sunny afternoon, 13 the top for Bridport and sunny as well. Mostly sunny for Burnie, 12 the maximum, a shower or 2 for Strawn and Marrawar, 11 and 12 degrees, and for St Helens, sunny and 12, 12 the top for Swansea, white mark on Flinders, 12 degrees. On Wednesday, very cold at first with possible showers over the west and northwest. A morning frost on Thursday, showers developing over most areas and showers on into Friday as well. A wet day in Perth, sunny at 18 in Adelaide, cloudy and 15 for Melbourne. A late shower forecast for Sydney and an early one for Brisbane. And we have partly cloudy weather here, 7 degrees in Hobart, 7 degrees in Launceston and 7 degrees in Devonport. Just realised, Joe, I forgot to watch Yummy Mummies last night, but they tell me you're a fan.
I'm waiting for Yummy Daddies to come on. Thank you very much for that, Merv. Well, that's all from the news team for now. Thanks for your company. We'll see you a bit later. Bye-bye.